guys, this is Tina from Shabbydabbydoodah. Welcome back to my channel. So if you saw my recent video, we were using up the 4x6 little paper pad that I had, and we made a ton of journal cards. So I'll just pull those in to show you. We made a ton of journal cards, so we did kind of roughly half the pack. I had used one or two of them previously, but generally I had the whole kind of pack to use. So I've got half the pack left here, so I'm just going to just tear them out, and I thought what we could do is make some little hinged pieces for our journals. So just going to tear them out like this. Now as you can see, they are double-sided. Now if you don't have any of the 4x6 papers, because in the UK these are not that widely available, I would say. You know, I mean, to be honest, it's getting harder and harder to get craft paper anyway. But definitely the 6x6, the 12x12 and the 8x8, they're kind of generally the most popular ones that we get. I don't very often see them in this size. So if you don't have any of these, but you do have, for example, you know, 6x6 pads, or, you know, 8x8 or 12x12, you could always cut your papers down to make these, to make these kind of 4x6 type sizes. Right, there we go. Might hang on to these, because who knows, we might make something out of these bits in another video. But yeah, should really bin them, because let's be honest, it's not like I really need to be hanging on to things, but yeah, I will. So I'm going to just count up how many of these that we've got, because what I'm thinking is we could make these little kind of hinged pieces, probably using like 5, I'm thinking. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we'd have 2. Let's just check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I'm going to keep one as well to make some little pockets and things like that. So just want to check that I'm keeping, you know, some of my favourites really to make pockets. So that one definitely I really quite like to make the pockets from. Oh, I've got another one here which also was laying around, so yeah, I like that one. Oops. Let's see. Yeah, I'm not so fussed about these, if I'm truthful, so definitely let's see if I can swap any of these with some that I prefer. So, well, that one's quite good because it's just, again, more of the same. What do I think to those? Well, they're quite nice, aren't they? So yeah, perhaps I'll keep those. So I need to make sure I've got 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then just check whether I've got other ones that I especially like. Okay, yeah, I'm fine with using all of those. Let's just check. I do really like these, to be honest. They're very nice too. Now, would I prefer to keep them sort of pale and vintagey looking? I probably would. So in which case I'm going to swap this for one of these or one of these. And it probably doesn't really matter. Oh, that one, I think. Yeah. Oh, no, I had another bird one. So I'm going to switch this one out with, yeah, with that one, I think. So, right. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah. Okie dokie. So all I'm going to do, let's do one at a time. Now, I was going to cover the reverse sides with coffee dyed paper, but to be honest, I think actually I'm going to just gesso them, because I think the gesso, A, it's going to not bulk them out as much as kind of coffee dyed paper would. But also, you know, I thought that would be a sort of different, you know, different vibe going on them. So that's what I'm going to do. So I've got some gesso here. It's white gesso. Oops. I've not used it for a while, so it's obviously a little bit messy to open now. Okay, now within 5 seconds of opening this, I'm going to be covered in gesso. So there's a bit of a warning there. I'm going to use some tissue. So I've got some tissue here beside me, and I'm just going to literally drag the tissue across the paper. Now I'm going to just do it really on these sides that I'm wanting to cover up, so I'm not going to necessarily do it on the other side. I might, but we'll just see how it goes first. So like that. Okay, that one. Oh dear. Might have to do it on all sides because I can just picture them getting covered a bit in gesso and then it's just going to look terrible. So yeah, I might have to do it everywhere, but we'll just see how we get on. So yeah, just trying to put it on reasonably thick. Okay. Oh dear. Running out of space thick and fast for where I'm going to be able to put these. So let's just clear the desk a bit. Okay. This one. Oh, that one was much thicker, wasn't it? So yeah, that one went much better. I might have to give one or two of them a second coat, to be honest. Right, let's put that on there. I'll wait for it to dry and then I might give it a second coat. So let's put that there to one side. Oh dear, have I got gesso on my dress already? Probably. I'm so messy, honestly. No sooner have I opened things than I'm like covered in them. Can you see? There's gesso now all over there. Oh my goodness, not doing very well. Let's put that on there. And then this one, I wonder whether I could just like wipe this into that gesso. So as not to be so wasteful. Oh, that's not really worked, has it? No. Oh my goodness. I've only just switched the camera on and already I feel like this is a how not to video. Okay. So yeah. Okie dokie. Right, let's put those to one side. So I might as well gesso the others as well. So I will switch the camera off, gesso those, and then I'll come back. So hold on. Okay, so I'm back. Now, they did curl up slightly while I was gessoing them, so you can probably see that. So I've got my iron here, and I did just slightly run the iron over them. They're still a little bit tacky, if I'm truthful, from the gesso. So I didn't want to overdo it and, you know, cause a problem with the gesso. But I'm just kind of going over them in the pile of 5. So I'm going to have them in a little... you know, folding out of 5. So that's those. Now the rest are still drying because I did obviously do them all. Just going to unplug my iron so I don't have an accident. I'd hate to either burn myself or burn Bo, even worse. So yep, let me just pop my iron down beneath me. Right, okay. So I'm just going to move the others to one side. Now I've left my glue there. Do this all the time and then my glue's pouring out all over the desk, but I try and do it so that it's, you know, really easily coming out while I'm doing a video. Right, okay, you'll have to excuse my fingers. I did obviously wash my hands, you know, before pressing record again, but unfortunately the gesso is still on there. Right, okay. So I've got obviously these journal cards, which we didn't obviously, you know, use. So I'm thinking we could do some pockets and things like that in these. Now I did see a really cool video from, I think it was from Kathy's Garden. It was quite an old video, but she just diagonally went across her pieces. So I might try and do that for a couple of these. So I'm just going to literally take this, take this straight down the middle like that. Oh, I say straight down the middle. I'm not sure I've really got that quite straight down the middle, but hopefully it's okay. Okay, so then that's going to obviously disguise a little bit of the underneath, and I probably will put some other decoration on these as well. Now I'm just wondering, do I want to have that there? So I'm thinking obviously decorate one side. Now I'm thinking, oh, perhaps I prefer, oh no, yeah. Oh, actually, no, I'm going to leave these as the writing side. So yeah, my decorated sides are going to be these sides. Oh, which I hadn't really realised, but yeah, I've done them all in the plain florally. Anyway, that's fine, it doesn't matter. Let me just quickly straighten this up where I did not make a very good job of cutting it. Now I will just ink this slightly before gluing it down. So I'm just going to obviously ink the, you know, what's going to be the inner side. So I'm just going to then glue this down. Like that. 1, 2. Okie dokie. And I'm just going to glue this on, yeah, here. Oops. Like that. So that's the first little pocket. Okay. Don't want to necessarily have the same pockets on all of them. So I'm wondering, we might have this, for example, on another. But maybe we'll have this on the other side. What do you think? So yeah, I mean, I'm thinking kind of have them like this. Do we want this on this side or do we want it on... Oh, do you know, I'm thinking actually going to take it here. Like that. Being a bit shoddy with my methods here, but that's it. Trim that side off. And this will go onto one, so I'll just round the corner a bit. Okay. Now, do we want it like that? I'm thinking actually we could probably take this down a bit, couldn't we? It's quite tall otherwise, so yeah, maybe more like this. That's better. Otherwise it was a really tall pocket. Now, do I want it that side or the... No, we're going to keep it as the writing side, yes. I said that just now, and then it wasn't that I forgot I said it. I just kind of thought, oh, maybe I prefer to... you know, switch it round, but actually I think probably, oh look what I forgot to do. Got to ink up this side of the pocket. Let's quickly do that. Probably got glue now all over my blendy tool. Ooh. Okay, oops. Like that, okay. Right then. Now, I'm just really pressing this because obviously it's curling up, if you see what I mean. So it's likely to actually come unstuck because of the curling. So yeah, really pressing it as hard as I possibly can. Like that. Okie dokie. Oops. Just curl that round. Might put my stapler on those to keep them flat. Like that. Okay. Right, now for the others. So I've got this one, so maybe we will do, oh no. Actually, what I could do is have another tiny pocket from this one, couldn't I? Yeah, why wouldn't I do that? So just trim this bit down. Okay, just again, just round the corners slightly. Okay, and then just so I mean it's going to be a very shallow pocket, but that's okay, I don't mind that. So yeah, down there. Okie dokie. Yeah, it's still curling up. This one's still curling up as well. So again, just going to have to press it quite a bit to really get it pressed on. Okay, right, pop that down there. And then I've got my other triangle. Oh, this is going to be a problem, isn't it? I'm going to have it as a triangle this way. Well, oh no, I'm going to have it like that. So again, just neaten this up a bit because my cutting skills are not great. Okay, again, just ink the, oh, I'm so sorry if you can hear Bo. So for anyone who doesn't watch my channel, Bo is my sausage dog. She is down beside me, groaning that I'm obviously disturbing her sleep. I mean, she's been asleep for like, you know, ages. Like, it's not like she's not had enough sleep, but that's what dogs like to do, isn't it? It's just sleep all day. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, she's just looking so cute. So cute. Right, there we go. Okay. So again, going to just then put this on here so I'm, you know, again squashing it down and it's not curling up. Right, last one. So for this one, well, this one I might not even have a pocket on it because this might be the cover, so to speak. So let's have a look and see how this is going to transform. So let me move these out of the way. Okay, right, now I've got, this is some old envelope. I'm going to use this, oops, I'm going to use this as my hinges. Okay, right. So now I'm thinking tear rather than cut because I quite like the torn look. I mean, it's not torn as in jaggedy. They're torn and, oh, well, I say they're not torn as in jaggedy. It is now. It is now. Oh goodness, what a mess. Right, so let's go along here and we'll do 1, 2, like that, and this one. Okay, and then just one back on itself here, like that. Okay. Right, so I'm hoping I've squished these down enough to be able to tear them. Otherwise I'm going to have to cut them, and after what I just said about, oh, I like them jaggedy. Right, I'm just going to cut them down here as well. Just so hopefully they're kind of all going to be the same size. The same size-ish, I mean, you know, give or take. Everyone's going to be, you know, examining them, checking that they're exactly right. So, okay. And this one. Okie dokie, right, let's get rid of this. So I'm hoping that I've calculated this right. So yeah, I'm thinking here we would have a hinge here. Oops. Then here, have a hinge here. Oops, here we'd have a hinge. And then there we'd have a hinge. Yeah, so hopefully that's going to work out kind of just right, really. So I'm thinking ink around my pieces first because, oh, actually no, I'm going to ink around them once it's all assembled, I think. So yeah, okay. So I'm going to put my hinges on. So I'm just going to leave like a little space between the cards. You know, not too big, but just a tiny space there. And then just put some glue on like the outer edge here, and then on the outer edge there of the card. So hopefully, you know, that is going to be glued sufficiently. So like that. Wondering if I've done my hinges a little bit on the big side, to be perfectly honest, but hopefully not too bad. Oh, sorry. Sorry, that's Bo again. Bo groaning again. Right, so that's those, and then, yeah, going to just do this one. Trying to put it down so they're all the same side. You know, like where the envelope's kind of glossier on one side. Not saying it's glossy, but glossier. So again, just like that. Put these a bit closer together. Like that, I think. Okie dokie. Yeah, I've maybe done these hinges a little bit on the wide side if I'm truthful, but I don't think it really matters too much. I think it's going to be okay. So sorry, I think my camera keeps slipping. Right, let's hopefully that's a bit better. Having to use a different phone. My phone that I keep as my filming phone, it's like a spare. It's constantly out of space. So I'm now using my actual phone. And yeah, it's now kind of like slipping. Okay. So again, just leaving that little space like that. Yeah, I mean, in hindsight, maybe these hinges are a little bit on the wide side, to be honest, but I think it will still look quite cute once it's all folded and put together and, you know, finished being assembled. So, okay, and then just last one. Yeah. You know, once we've inked it up, it will be hopefully kind of quite transformed anyway, so okie dokie. Like that. Okay. So I don't know whether my hinges are quite, you know, the same height all along really. They look it to me, but like I say, it doesn't really matter as long as they're roughly in the right places. I think that's good enough. There we go. Okay. Right, so we then turn it over. Oops, lots of glue obviously on the other side. So, yep, just mop out any excess glue on the underneath. Like that. Now, you could then hinge them on this side as well. Yeah, I mean, probably that would be better practice, to be honest. Now, of course, I've got no other envelope, so hang on a second, I've got another one here. This is an actual envelope, so it's a little bit wasteful, but I'm open it out. And then, yeah, I mean, the other one was an envelope too, but it was just going to cut this down here. It was one that was kind of ruined anyway. This one, to be fair, it's kind of ruined because I've got gesso on it just now, so it's, you know, yeah, it kind of was ruined anyway. So right, there we go. Now let's fold this in. So going to make my hinges for this side. Now I might try and do them a bit narrower because, like I say, I think they were a little bit on the wide side, so do them like this, I think. Okay, 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then obviously again back on itself to get rid of that far edge. Don't know whether these actually are going to be any narrower, if I'm truthful, but anyway, we shall see. Right. Okay. 2. Really not making a good job with my tearing, it's got to be said. Looking pretty awful, in fact. Pretty awful. There we go. Right. Keep that piece just in case I want to use that anywhere else. I mean, always good to just hang on to things, isn't it? Right. Let's cut this down. Again, just like that. Okay. There we go. Smoosh that down. one. Okay, next one. Okay. Okie dokie, and yep, smoosh that down. Oops, I'm moving around a bit, but never mind. And then this one. Yeah, I think probably, you know, for durability and, you know, stability, I think it's quite good to have the hinges on each side, to be honest. You know, could have just had them on one side, but I think probably, you know, for safety's sake, it's better to have them on both sides, really. So I'm just going to turn it around so it's just a bit easier to get to this one. Okay. Like that. Okay. Right, okay. Smoosh that down. Okay. Right, there we go. So then, and probably in an ideal world, I'd wait for these to dry a little bit more, but we're not going to. So, yep, just going to then fold my pieces over. Obviously, this does not have to be perfect. You know, if your folds are then kind of making your pieces go slightly slanted or, you know, skew if, that's fine. They don't have to be, you know, perfect or anything. You're just kind of making a little, you know, neat fold out. So just going to squish it down with my scissor handle. There we go. Like that. Oh, look at what I've done now. What an idiot. Oh dear. Yes. So, I mean, obviously this may have been better once it was dry, like I say, because I've now smudged that across. Hopefully that's the only one I did that with. Oh, it's okay. Like that. Okay. So then obviously you can go back through and just ink the whole thing. And again, you know, it's up to you really whether you had inked it first, but I think this is fine too. You know, in some ways this is kind of better because you're going to get on like the fold lines and things like that of the hinges. So yeah, I think either way would be fine. But I think this is quite nice for, you know, for certain reasons. So yeah. There we go. Oh, it looks really cute. Really cute. Okay. Like that. And then obviously the backs where I've gessoed, I'm just going to quickly go over those as well. Need to be a bit mindful because my glue's obviously quite wet here, hence I disrupted, you know, my piece just then. So yeah. One. Oh. For a minute I thought, oh gosh, it's now even glued down together. But you can see, I mean, my glue's quite wet because I've got odd bits that are now picking up, you know, wet glue in my blending. So not really ideal. There we go. Yeah, so I hope that everybody's having a good day. Maybe you are doing some crafting. I hope you're having a nice time. There we go. Yep, more wet glue here now, picking up my ink. Oh my goodness. No, that's not looking very good. Oh gosh. More haste, less speed. that how that saying goes? Yeah. Not very good. Not very good at all. Oh dear. Seem to have more wet glue on here than anywhere I've ever seen. Obviously got a bit messy with the glue, but yeah. Right, so yeah, is that upside down now? Oops. Yes, because my pockets are this way up. So then obviously we'll just decorate the cover and make it look very cute. So we could use obviously the birds that we've got left, or we could just use, you know, something else that I've got laying around. So I mean, even that looks lovely, doesn't it? Which is so weird because, you know, it's not really, you know, it doesn't really kind of go with these papers, does it? But it looks quite cute. Oh, that's quite nice, isn't it? This is from my, why do I always forget the name of these? Hydrangea toppers pieces. Yeah, doesn't that look lovely? So again, just quickly ink around there. Oh, that's so gorgeous. So my piece is opening kind of back to front, if you see what I mean. That was because that's how I've glued it together. Obviously, if you wanted it gluing, you know, opening the other way, you'd have to start your hinges on the other side. Yeah, kind of didn't really factor that in, but I don't mind it opening, you know, the reverse side. That's absolutely fine too. Now, for this one, I'm thinking... Yeah, I'm thinking we could have some sari silk or something as a little tie-up. So let me just see if I've got any blue sari silk that would kind of complement the hydrangeas. I mean, I know this is obviously very, you know, it's very bright, isn't it, compared to those hydrangeas, but I don't mind it, to be honest. I think it'll still work. Oh, hang on a moment. Hang on, I maybe change my mind and use the ivory. Let me just double check this. So I mean, the blue adds kind of like a vibrancy, doesn't it? Which, I mean, I do quite like that, to be honest. That's very gorgeous. Or the ivory keeps it, you know, keeps it more kind of natural looking. Do you know, I'm going to go for the blue. Yeah. I always end up going with the vibrant, and I know not everybody is a fan of, you know, of vibrant, but yeah, I can never quite help myself, to be honest. So I'm gonna have to just, you know, just go for it. So now just got this little bit of lace, which I'm thinking, should I just pop that there? It was just an offcut that was laying around on the desk. I'm not saying it's the right piece of lace, to be honest. I'm thinking ivory would be better. Do I have any ivory lace? Hold on, let me grab some. Hang on. Right, I'm back. So I also dug out another couple of blue things, and I also have altered the camera. So I'm hoping that the camera is a little bit better now than it was. So yeah, fingers crossed for that. Right, okay, so I'm thinking this here like this. Oh my goodness, beautiful. And then I did dig out, like I say, a couple of other blue things. So maybe we will have a butterfly or something on here. We could even have a bit plate somewhere. Yeah, so I'm going to obviously glue this down now. This needs to glue the sari silk in as well. Now this sari silk's a bit wide, so I'm going to just tear it down. Sometimes the sari silk is wide and sometimes it's not so bad, but yeah, this piece seems very wide, so just going to take it down. Okay. Right, so obviously we need to clamp this down underneath this piece. So I'm going to just glue this down with the hot glue. Oops. Oh, sorry. Oh gosh, I've just picked up the piece of paper that was covered in the gesso. So now I've got even more gesso on me, would you believe? Not great. Right, there we go. So yeah, just so this is held in place while we glue down, you know, our main focal point. So I'm just going to glue it down a little bit more underneath, like that. Okay. Then we can put this down here, like that. So yeah, just going to keep that lace there. Right, bit fiddly this because it's got lots of you know, jaggedy edges. So I do want to try and get glue on most of them, because otherwise they could just get torn off. So yeah, just having to be a bit careful. There's the glue in the middle. Okie doke. Put that down like that. Oh my goodness, isn't that so pretty? I mean, yeah, by rights it shouldn't really go on that paper, but my goodness, it looks gorgeous, doesn't it, on there? Absolutely love it. Right, now, do we like the look of this? I'm not saying that necessarily this is quite right, but I'm thinking that. And then just a butterfly maybe there. Yeah, that looks nice, doesn't it? So I just get a couple of those smaller brads. 1, 2. Okie dokie. And shall I just punch the holes? I've been punching the holes lately when I've been using brads. It kind of, you know, it seems a bit overkill because these brads aren't so big as those other ones. But to be honest, it's a bit of a time saver, because sometimes by the time I've faffed around trying to expand the hole and make it big enough, it's not really worth it. It's, you know, you're better off just, oops, just punching the hole. That's that one, and then this one. Do you know, I looked down just now and I had this horrible feeling that I hadn't actually stuck that thingamabob down, the sari silk. I thought, oh, I'm not sure I actually did stick it down in the end. But yeah, I do remember doing it now. Right, okay, just make sure they're nicely squished. Okay. Right, that can go on there. So I will just hot glue this down. Okie dokie. Like that. Okay, oops. Get rid of those bits. Okay, now just wondering about, I've got some of my lovely crochet lace here that the lovely Laura gifted me, so I'm just wondering whether I might have that anywhere. Could even have it going down this edge, although probably now mucked it up a bit. Yeah, it would have been lovely down that edge had I not put that on there, but too late now. Perhaps I have some at the bottom just along there. Again, just going to be really lazy and just hot glue this down so I don't have to keep on pressing it. So just pop that down there. Okay. And then just pop my butterfly on. Okie dokie, like that. Oh, like that. Okay, so then you've got your, obviously, the wraparound. Now, thinking cut it down. Well, I guess we could have it wrapped around a couple of times, couldn't we? So, yeah, cut it down there. Right, so then all I will do is just on the inside, you know, where I've got the other pockets, is just put a couple of little decorative pieces so they kind of tie in and match with what else we've got going on. So, again, I brought along, you know, some more of the hydrangeas from the hydrangea toppers. So we can just then decorate the bits and pieces on the inside. Now, just wondering whether we could have a bit of this here. Oops, maybe just coming out there, like that. Yeah, okay. Right, just glue this down first. Just being really lazy with the hot glue so as I don't have to keep on pressing things and making sure they're glued. So, like that. Okie dokie. And this one. looking very pretty. And then, yeah, maybe this flower. I mean, although it's very bright, it picks up the colour from the sari silk, doesn't it? Oops. So, yeah, I quite like it, to be honest. Like that. Then, oops, turn it over. Just got another label here. So again, I could have something like that. Actually, might just do it like that. So I'm going to, yeah, I'm just being really lazy because the paper is curling up a little bit. You know, it needs to sort of sit with something on it for a day or so. Yeah, if I use my wet glue, I'm going to have to just sit and hold it. And so just to be, you know, saving myself doing that whilst I'm doing a video, I'm just using the hot glue. It's not necessary to use hot glue, obviously, for pieces like this, but it's just so that I know it's actually, you know, it is glued down and I'm not having to be worrying. Okay, just got some more lace here, so maybe have just a little bit of lace. Yep, just going across there. I will glue the lace down, I think, with the wet glue. Oh, perhaps I won't, because now it's, now it's running out. There we go. No wonder it's running out. It's been pouring out all over the desk. Oh dear. But I guess it's better to have it pouring out all over the desk, you know, and then coming out during the video than obviously the endless frustration of watching it not come out during the video. So, yeah. I'm just going to cut this down like that. So as it's not covering up that flower. Okie dokie. And then... now, I think that was the only hydrangea pieces I've brought along. Oh no, no, I have got more. Look, oh, I have got more. I thought that was all I had. Alright, okay. So yeah, I have got this one. It's a bit. Well, we might put that in as a journal card, I guess. Yeah, we could do that. And then, yeah, just pop in some other journal cards. Now, I'm not necessarily saying that these are the right pieces, you know. I'm just pulling in whatever's just laying around here on the desk. But obviously you could just then, you know, fill your pockets up with a variety of cute little journal cards. Like that. And then on the back, obviously, again, I need to now cut some more pieces, but I could then just put odd little, you know, hydrangeas kind of popped around on the back, just to tie the back into the front. And then you've got 5 sides of journaling space, plus all of your gorgeous little journal cards that you pop inside. I'm not saying that these are the right ones. Again, I'm going to obviously, you know, do better and put some better ones on. But yeah, and then you've got this super little wraparound closure, and yeah, like that. So I've got the other ones left to obviously use, so I'm going to do the hinges, I think, and then I will either come back and we will decorate them together, or I will come back and show you how they are finished off. I need to check how long I've been filming for to make sure that this isn't going to be a like really super long video. So, but yeah, I will definitely do the hinges separately so as not to kind of bore you with that sort of, you know, boring part of the process. So I will be back. Right then, I'm back. So I just wanted to show you how I finished them off. So obviously we did this one together, but I just added a few different things to this. So I'm just going to quickly show you. So in the pockets, I made some flippy pads just with some vintage document and some food coloured page and things. Pop that in there. Obviously this was the journal card that I think we put in together. I don't think I did anything to that page. This page I just added one of my label printables and a book plate. I added another hydrangea up there. This one I just did with some vintage documents, added a little kind of fold out with a flippy pad inside, again with some food coloured page in there. This one I just, again, I made a flippy pad Got some of my postal papers and some vintage document and some tracing paper there, and that goes into that pocket, and then just a little tag in there. And then on the back, I had meant to do this in the video and then I couldn't find anything, so I just added a couple of extra details there at the back. So that one is that one all finished. Okay, now I will be putting these on my shop on my website, so yeah, I'm going to just list them on there. So if you were interested in grabbing one of these, they will be on my my shabbydabbydoodah.co.uk website, so I will put them on there. So that's that one. Then I did this one. Now this one I just did a tie around it, so I just tied the sari silk round like that, so obviously you don't have to use it. And then this one I'm just going to open it out to show you. So decorated this one mainly using my lavender topper pieces. It looks so pretty, doesn't it? So I'll just show you on the cover. Obviously I've scrumpled some sari silk, got some lace, one of the toppers and a bow. Going over, we've got again a little flippy pad there. We've got the pockets here and the piece here and some lace. Here we've got a fold out pad, so not really a flippy pad but a fold up pad like that. So various pages in there, and again this is some vintage page on the outside, one of the lavender toppers and some bits and pieces on there. So it looks very, very cute. And then going on the back, yes, this one for some reason I then misplaced the fifth, you know, the fifth card. So this one is just a 4-page fold out, but I still love it. So yeah, it still turned out very nice. And in this one again, got the pocket on the back. That's just my documents, documents header pieces and a piece from the lavender kit. And then again, I just formed a little fold out. This is all just vintage page or vintage document, and just popped on another piece from the lavender toppers on there. And then on the reverse side where the, you know, journaling space is, I've just added a few extra pieces like from my labels and bookplate there, and another piece from the lavender. So really, really lovely. And don't you love the way these papers, you know, these background papers, they actually work pretty well with most things, don't they? So yeah, you know, they worked well with the blues just now, they've worked well now with the purples, and then on this one they've worked well with the kind of pinks and things. So this one I used one of my music topper, framed music topper piece on the front. This is again from that document header principles. Some roses there from my perfume toppers, and then some bling down the side. And then this one, I'll just show you the reverse first. So this is your journaling sides. So you have to excuse this, I did actually glue it together too quickly. Obviously the paint wasn't quite dry, the gesso wasn't dry, and then it's, you know, stuck together. So yes, that's a bit unfortunate. But yeah, so that's your journaling spaces there. And then on the other side, that's how it looks there. Absolutely love this one. I have to say this one's my favourite. So quite a lot of vintage things in this as well. So we've got another little fold out with the vintage document. I forgot to put some lace on this flippy pad, so I'm just going to quickly do that now. If I say that I will do it after the video, I'm sure forget, so I'm better off just doing it while I'm quickly doing the flip through. So there we go. Oops, hold on, that's my front door. Hang on 2 seconds. Oh, so sorry about that. That was my postman. So yep, that's that little fold out piece there, goes into there. Then in this one, we've got a couple of vintage photographs. These are genuine vintage photos. They just slip into that pocket. Oh, sorry, one of my music frames in the back there, and some more roses from the perfume pieces. Then we've got some more vintage document in here. This is a letter dated 1912. There we go. and that just goes in. Obviously it's plain on the back, so you could obviously journal on the back of there, and that just goes into there. One of my little roses topper note cards, and then here again another vintage photograph, and then another one of the music framed toppers. And oh, honestly, what is going on with me? It's because I wanted to get this done and be able to come back and show you. So right, let's do this. Glue the roses on. So now it's got some roses from the perfume pieces as well. So yes, oh, I don't know what was going on there. Lots of bits got missed from being glued in. So yeah, that one's probably my favourite, I have to say, out of all of them. I just absolutely love it. For me, obviously a winner because I love pink. So yep, definitely my favourite one, I think. Plus it's obviously extra special because it's got the vintage pieces in it. So that's the 3 that we did. So just to give you a quick run through, I'm not going to obviously, you know, run you properly through these because we have been through them already, but sorry, I had to just stop the camera there before I actually slid everything off of my desk. So we started off with that pack of the journal card type papers, or, you know, that were ideal anyway for journal card style papers. And look at all what we've achieved. So we achieved all of these yummy, gorgeous journal cards, which are obviously now all ready to go into journals. And these gorgeous little journal, you know, mini kind of flip out pieces as well. So yeah, definitely was worth it. The only one that I have got left is that one. That one kind of didn't fit into these. So I can just quickly knock something up with that after the video. And then of course the other piece that I then lost and, you know, misplaced. So hence one of these is just a 4-page flip out. But I think we did pretty well. We've got rid of that whole pad, and yeah, we've got some yummy things now ready to use in our journals. So let me know what's your favourite out of the 3 little fold out books. Mine is definitely this one. But yeah, I do really like all of them. So let me know which one you like best, and thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate it if you could leave a comment in the chat below, you know, even if it is just your favourite one. Really appreciate a thumbs up for the video. Hope you feel inspired to dig some of your papers out and use some of your old paper pads. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I will see you guys in the next video. Thanks then.